kicks, rockin' fly kicks, rockin' roll, rockin' fly kicks, rockin' fly kicks, rockin' roll.
Yo, what it do? This is Jakari Carr, and you guys are tuning in to Top 5 Sneaker Show, Episode 5, featuring more of the OGs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to announce them by their Instagram name so you guys can tap in with them at all times. So to my left, one of the funniest dudes I've met in the last couple of weeks by far, but Instagram tag is Brew414.
Yep. Shoes ain't shit. Humor's everything.
Straight up, check him out. To my right is my man Alex. Is yours
EKS
414? ALEKS 414. Make sure you guys tap in with him. And then to his right, we got my boy, and I will not forget his Instagram name is Spurs Fan. Is it a 414 at the end of that too?
Yes,
Spurs Fan.
414.
414.
That's clean. That's clean.
I'll never forget his name because I hated the Spurs.
I'm right along with him. Best dynasty outside of the Bulls, right there. Best dynasty.
I hated the Spurs my whole
Sean
life.
Elliott all day.
I'll never forget his name. So, first question for you guys, and those are amazing. And we can start off whoever want to go first. I'm just happy to have y'all here. I know y'all the OGs of the sneaker games. Y'all got everything. What made you become a sneakerhead?
Ooh, I got that one.
You go ahead first.
So, I just forgot the name of the movie. Hold on 1 second. It was the Juice movie. So, Q's in his bedroom, and his little brother's there. And he's going through, putting on Timbs, Reeboks, different stuff, and his little brother's there, and he's like trying to figure out which one to go with for his outfit. And I was like, I want that. I want that. Because my mom raised 3 boys on her own.
Yes.
You know, Pops was in and out, but, you know, we couldn't get all the stuff we wanted. And then, you know, that movie, I was like, I want that. My mom said one thing to me, she says, when you get your job, you buy whatever you want. My first job was Foot Locker, and I ran with that. It was gone. It was done.
Was it 35% off?
No, I was OG, so it was 15. So pretty much we was saving a little bit in tax. That's it. Yeah. But then once we got bumped up to 30, then it was all good. But at 15, I was still good. So.
Straight up.
See, I hung around with him. We grew up together. So I was younger than most of these guys, about a year or two, something like that. So you got to see him have all that stuff. You won all that stuff. I'm the youngest of 3 of all of my brothers and sisters, so they had all the good shit too. So I fed off of them, but I had to get my hustle and grind up and start achieving it all. That was the way it worked for me, and it just never stopped. It just became passion. You want to be like the older guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Me was, man, the Boys and Girls Club, growing up in the Boys and Girls Club, man. 24th and Rogers now, like, it was, we were all like sports players, basketball players, so we can have like a whole messed up outfit, but our shoes had to be on point. Like you can never walk into the club without some nice shit. If you had some starter shoes on, you won't get ready. That was just my thing, so we made sure we had our shoes were on point and stuff like that. So that kind of got me like my ball rolling with like being a sneakerhead or like at a very young age. Because even though I didn't know what the heck I was doing, I still wanted to have the nicest shoes because I ain't trying to have nobody.
Yeah.
You know, and they're trying to rib me, so. That kind of got me rolling at a young age liking shoes.
It's funny you say that because a lot of times people ask me like, why you like giving kids shoes?
Right.
And I always let them know back when I was growing up, you would get ribbed for not having the shoes. But what we did in return, we learned how to rib back.
Yeah.
The kids in today's generation, they bring in a gun.
Yeah.
They might go on a run. So it's crazy to hear you say that because it shows how far sneakers can really take you.
It does.
So with you pretty much saying that, my next question for you all is, what was the first pair of sneakers you possessed that just had you like, holy shit, I'm not letting anything happen to them. If it's raining or snowing, I'm wearing a bag over the sneakers. Like, you just cared about them so much, you wouldn't let shit happen to them.
Man.
You can go
Okay.
ahead.
Dude, this is the first shoe I almost got my ass whipped for. Right? No cap and nothing. So we're at Southridge Mall. Grandma's taking a shop, right, for shoes. So grandma's like, okay, get a pair of shoes. I'm picking out shoes. They don't have my size. And my grandma's like, just pick whatever you want. So I picked the Air Trainer I see. It was white gray and it had some red on it, right? So it was probably like $90. So it got in my size. My mom was out walking the mall with Adrian, my little brother, because he already got his shoe. He was good to go. Mom comes back. She's like, what shoe you get? And I showed her. She looked at the tag, right? On the inside, it said like $90. And she gave me this look like I was going to get my ass whipped. Because I was like in elementary school, so I'm not supposed to be having like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing goes up to the counter. Grandma checks out. That thing came up for $49.99. The sale tag fell off, but this was the shoe that I wanted. It was on sale, and my mom was about to whip my ass for it. But I skipped the ass whipping. But I cleaned these. No rain, no nothing. This was like my good shoe. I wore my beater shoe, like the shoe I had, because you probably get like 1 or 2 shoes a year.
Yes, sir.
But this one stayed clean. Like, dude, that's why this like shoe, this Air Trainer I see is like is it for me. It's
It
like
means a
my
lot to
favorite.
you.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
For me, it would be, I don't know if anybody remembers them, the above the rims.
Yes.
Above the rims. Yeah, those were my everything. Those were like gold to me. Like I remember one time I went to Florida. We were in Florida. My dad had bought them for me, and went to Florida. And there was like a flood warning and stuff like that. And the first thing I remember just picking up my shoes, like the flood ain't taking my shoes. They ain't going. I ain't going. I'll go out here butt naked, but I need my shoes. At least they ain't taking my shoes. But I think the above the rims were my first pair of shoes. I thought were like everything were gold to me. So yeah.
Deion Sanders, Diamond Turf, bought them from Foot Locker at Southridge. Mom's was only good for 1 pair of shoes a year. That's all you got. So when you hit the playground, you couldn't be scuffing them playing pickup football or none of that stuff. You had to take care of them. That's all you got for the year, and that's when I really started to learn how to care. It still took a lot of time. Still fucked up a lot of shoes in between, but those are the first pair that I actually remember. Take your time with it. Don't blow these out.
Right.
You know.
That's dope, bro. Just hearing how y'all talk about the sneakers that y'all really just love. Because it's not like the sneaker that you will hear about when a lot of people talk about the sneaker that they first fell in love with. Everybody's always talking about like a Jordan or something like that. So with you guys being sneakerheads from back in the day until today, I just want to hear a little bit from you guys on like the difference in sneakers that you notice. So the difference in the sneakers in the 90s compared to the sneakers that release now. Like what are some of the major differences that you guys see with sneakers?
Chunkiness.
Yeah.
To thin, high to low, like people hooping in low Kobe lows back in the 90s. You were rolling an ankle, you were done.
Yeah.
People feared their careers on that. So materials were just basically leather and junk to me. You know, nothing really good. But that's mainly what I noticed about from the 90s to the 2000s to 2020 here today. So.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes some of the Jordans nowadays, like they're super heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Like before, I feel like we could hoop in them, like where they were meant to hoop in, you know. And now it's like they become a shoe you don't even play ball in. It's just more. It's like an accessory you just wear. You know what I mean? So I feel like they're heavier now. I wouldn't trust even playing ball on them because they're gonna fall apart. You know.
Well, if you look at this table, most of this stuff is a '90s style.
Straight up.
And like this is still driving the market now. They bring out new stuff like new technology, hyperdunk stuff like that is cool, but everybody's gonna be gravitating to the Jordan 1s, the Blazers, SB, Dunks, all that stuff, you know. But like everybody brought their own stuff, but like everybody's stuff is still based off that '90s era. Like us growing up, we stuck to
The roots.
our roots of it. You know what I'm saying? So
We have,
Real love
we
in
have
the
the
game.
best fucking roots too.
yeah, it's cool that it's still evolving, but I love that we still have the opportunity to keep the shit that we love. You know what I'm saying? And buy the silhouettes that we like, regardless if it's like a Nike, New Balance, whatever it may be. In between Reeboks, all that, I'm happy for.
So speaking of being able to still buy the shit you love, how do you guys feel about being able at one point to just go in and get this shit like, man, I want these, I can double up, I can do this shit easy as possible, to now being in the field of millions, having to compete for these shoes? I know you guys got some great connections so you still get the shit, but I know in your head some way you're like, bro, how the hell did it go from me being able to just get this shit to me having to fill out a raffle? And then like, how did that make you feel just learning how the game is evolving kind of?
Well, you can't knock the kids' hustles nowadays. So I'd rather have them buying and selling sneakers than buying and selling drugs. Or buying and selling or stealing other shit. You know what I'm saying? If you could have a little kid, like when we go to MSX, you're going to see a lot of younger kids with tables full of good shit. I can't get mad at that because they're putting their energy and time into something that, is keeping them out of trouble.
Yes.
And make their bread on. So it sucks in a way because, we could just go in and grab stuff before, but everybody's evolving. This sneaker thing now is catching on and becoming its own thing. You see it on newses and everybody on YouTube's doing reviews and stuff like that. So there's money to be made in the market. I can't knock their hustle. I'll try to get what I get, but paying resale, that's the part that hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at it at all.
I mean, to me, my biggest thing was I've always been like a dunk, SB dunk type of guy. You know what I mean? And then following that hype, you know, it kind of does back because it's like now I got to compete with this guy that doesn't even have that much passion than I do.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the dunk and stuff like that, you know what I mean? They just want them because they know they can resell them and know what they can make from them. But I mean, I don't knock it at all. Like, you know, do what you gotta do. If you get plugged, hey, cool. You know what I mean? Congrats to you. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I do get a little butt hurt. Like the, you know what I'm saying? When the dunk is like, dang, how you getting them shoes before him? You don't even care for the dunk like I do, dog. Like, you know. But other than that, I mean, I really don't, you know, I don't see myself like hating on them like that. Like, you know what I mean? I get a little butt hurt at first, but get over it.
Don't bother me one bit. Hustle and hustle hard.
Right.
Hookups are earned, not asked for.
Right.
So if you got your moms helping you out,
Yeah.
I sat in a sneaker show line at MSX back in the day, Pantone pack drop, the 11s and what were
Yes.
the 23s, right?
Fire.
Right? Before the show, dude walks out a pack. Mom comes in, drops 6 bills. Everybody's talking shit in the line that his mom bought him the shoes. Everybody want their mom to buy them shoes for 6 bills. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it ain't got no effect on me. He's doing, like you said, better than drugs or getting into trouble or stealing or trying to kill somebody for him. You know, there's more positivity in it. So, you know, that's where I'm at with it.
I love how you guys talk because a lot of it's OG talk, right? And how you guys are saying, like, you know, you don't mind the sneakerheads going in doing this, that, and the third. What I wanted to ask you guys, and I'm trying to figure a way to frame the question the right way, but with this sneaker game, right? So I've been doing sneakers for a while, but I just realized a lot of times I was buying off of the hype, more off of me buying off of the love.
Mhm.
So like I was telling bro yesterday, I saw like 5 pair of sneakers that I really didn't give a damn about. I just had them sitting there just off the hype. What can you guys tell sneakerheads like myself and other people who swear they're sneakerheads out there about building relationships to get these sneakers? So if sometimes you gotta say fuck the apps, the sneaker apps and the Adidas apps and all of this, can y'all explain the grind of how y'all built relationships with people, like some of the things and the tactics you use to build relationships with some of these sneaker stores and some of these people who had connections?
Hookups are not given, or are given. They're not, or hookups are earned. They're not given. I said it before. That's what it is. Build a relationship. Support your local stores. If you don't have them and you're not contributing to them, you know, Trusted Kicks, Moda 3. You know, we got this Re-Rock that opened up. All these places, if they're, then you're taking your money to Chicago or you're taking it online. You got to make the homegrown businesses survive. You got to go in there, you got to chop it up, have a conversation. They're human. They want to know their customer base. They want to know what you're feeling out there. They want to know what to grab. It's a mutual benefit for both parties. You know, and get your name out there. Have people out there getting your name out there for you.
So
you know,
what's some things you did to like get yourself out there?
I just went in and I supported Moda 3 to the fullest. I believe in what they do. I like what they carry. They always have a wide variety of kicks. They're good people down there trying to do good things. And, you know, just that's 10 plus years of a relationship. They need a hand outside of something. I ain't even trying to gain nothing out of it. Just nice charity. Hey, I'll help you out. I'll come down and give you a hand.
Showing
You know?
genuine love.
Yeah,
and
that's
respect.
it. That's all you need to do. Nothing more, nothing less with that. It's just the reality of it. Everybody go, give me that and I'm out. You know, that's what it is, you know. So, and to your point where you're like, hey, I'm selling shit I don't even care about, that's a stage. That's a stage of growth in sneakers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Chasing all that hot shit. You know, they're getting a point where you just want comfortability. You don't want to be the shiniest pair of shoes in the room, like I said earlier, you know?
Yeah.
It's just comfortability. Like, I love this shoe. I ain't even wear it. I just want to own it. I don't need this in my life anymore. I need this in my life.
Yeah.
Comfortability. You know, I'm old.
And I like wearing shit, bro, where I got this on. It ain't gonna be 7 of us that wore this shit.
Yeah, exactly. You want to separate yourself from the pack too. That's another thing. That's a huge thing. Every once in a while, you want to break a guy's neck. You want to walk through the mall and pull out some rare shit. A lot of rare shit on that table. A lot of rare shit on that table right there.
Yeah, like my words, I'm fucking them up, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you might get jumped. So you gotta watch out wearing some of that shit over there. So
what about for you guys? What's some of the ways you guys built your relationships?
I I mean, he kind of.
Oh yeah, he's like pretty much something. Just be genuine.
And the
support
younger
your
kids,
shop.
they don't get that yet.
Yeah.
There's no loyalty in this game anymore because of that internet shit. We were around before that internet shit.
Yeah, bro.
So they, you know, you had to have that relationship, you know, and that's just what it was. So
you
like,
switch the subject. Can you
Yeah.
speak on that a little bit? Because that's shit that we don't think about today. Is of like the real sneakerheads was getting this shit out the mud.
I ran
bro.
through malls. I paid security guards to let me in them early. I was out in the cold for 7-8 hours a fucking day. I've gone to Chicago and everywhere else to get shoes. Like,
That real
it
shit,
got to
yeah.
a point where you were like 6th in line. You're like, what size you wearing over there? What you got on, right? What? No, just hoping
Count them down.
just hoping that they're big
Trying
feet
to-
people,
trying to get
so you can get your shoes.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise you know you're dead in line. And I've never been. I say this and I'm proud of this. I'm not a guy that's gonna be like, well, all my 10s or 10 and a halfs are going. I'm gonna take that 8 from somebody and try to sell it. I sold you a pair of Yeezys today that I bought for retail. I don't need to make no money. That ain't my. I don't need to do it.
Shout out, bro, man. Gave me
Right
the
there,
garbage
right there.
for retail.
Yep. I ain't.
For the retail.
I don't need it. You know
And
what I mean?
before I keep it going on, listen, these guys is real life OGs, so I'm like the rookie. You know, when you go into the NBA, you the rookie, and I'm trying to get them like, hey, if you got some shit you don't want, I'll take it for retail. I put a little extra because they got everything. And my shoe game, like, bro, it's crazy as hell. Before I go back to the question, bro, I realized off of me having this shoe show shit, that I'm not a sneakerhead, bro. Like, bro, I went this whole time, like, I got that shit. I'm gonna start this, that, and the third, till I start bringing people on who really got that shit, and I'm like,
It takes a while.
shit.
It's a learning curve.
Shout out to Splash the Sneakerhead. In the thread this morning, he said you got to find out if you're a reseller or a collector. There's a difference.
yeah.
There's that line.
Yeah,
It
and,
drops knowledge on you with that one.
and it's killing me, bro, because I'm sitting on, I have shit like Jordan, a lot of Jordan and shit, and I'm like, yeah, I got that shit, but if I pull that on you guys be like, oh shit, he just got general release shit, you know, like this is general shit he got on sneaker app, bro. I just stood in the line and this shit is rare, and how many of those is it? 6?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I ain't got shit that is 5 of these.
But it's all your start. You're
Yeah.
learning. You're getting the good. You're getting the bad. You know what I'm saying? So
You're gonna, dude. He got shit he regrets selling.
Too.
He's got stuff he regrets selling. I definitely got stuff I regret
man.
selling
yeah.
all day long. Some stuff I've rebought a second time and won't get rid of now,
Right.
but. That's growing pains. Like I said, the uncles.
The uncles,
That's
man.
like all I ever hear you talk about. You
What is
know?
the uncles?
It's a pair of SB Dunk Highs. Look at his face. Look at it. Just look at it. He's hurt.
Look at-
You didn't
He's
get him?
still hurt. No, he
No,
had him.
I
He
had
sold
him.
him.
I sold him. I was, you know, but that's one thing. Like you know, if I need to let it go, I'll let it go. Cause you know, when it comes to bills, like if
Yeah.
I got a sneaker that's gonna pay my bills for it, hey, I gotta let it go. I'll catch it on a rebound.
Yeah.
But with those shoes, man, they were one of my favorites. But I had to let them go because I had to pay a bill. But I was thinking like, cool, I'm gonna get them back. I'm gonna catch them back, just like I caught some of my other ones.
Yeah.
But that's when like the hype hit, boom, and then went from only paying $300 to jumping up to $1,500. I was like,
See,
whoa.
see, now he learned because me and him both fuck with SBs,
Yeah.
and I have some shit that he want, and I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I'll trade you for some of that over there.
That's love,
And
right?
but he won't do it now. He's burning, you know, been once twice shy, you know, he won't do it.
I don't say it, but
Yeah.
ever since
Ah,
I
I
did
hear
that,
you.
I don't
I
let
hear
go
you.
of nothing. I'm a hoarder.
So-
And that's
I'm
love.
a dunk hoarder, dog. I like to
Yeah.
hoard my dunks. If I can just look at them, okay, cool. I'm gonna wear you
Yeah.
tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
So
You know what I mean?
that's another thing, and I know I'm jumping over, but I love this natural dialogue. It's organic. A lot of these kids, bro, they get these shoes and expensive shit. They sell their shit to buy a designer pair of pants or some shit like that. I love how you explain how if you need to pay a bill or some shit, you
Yeah.
might not want to hit your stash.
Yeah.
You can sell the kicks. It's entrepreneurship, bro.
Right,
Like
right.
for any of y'all ever be like, man, damn it, I want to go to Florida for the weekend. I'm about to sell these. We out here, like.
Right, right.
This is all fluid money.
Yeah,
In today's
definitely.
market, 5 days you can have 20 grand in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's
so
just
crazy.
fluid money if you want. My wife look at me crazy. She go, "You got all this stuff. It's all it's all over the place, storage and everything like that." I'm like, "We ever have a problem? I need a kidney.
Yeah.
Like I'm good. You know what I mean? I
Y'all
got
get
that
kicked
shit.
for the shoes, ASAP.
Right.
I remember Maddox telling me when we was talking about the building relationship things. Bro was telling me how like he used to send like stores pizza and shit. Like,
Oh yeah,
making sure.
I buy
like,
lunches.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Ain't no
So
shame in that. It's a mutual benefit.
And that's enough. Okay. Because a
And,
lot of
and you
us,
got, if you just got respect for somebody, I got respect for all them dudes.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I got respect. They took a shot at business. They took a shot at dealing with me. I ain't easy to deal with. I got my wants and needs. You know what I mean? They're trying to open something up, and they're dealing with stuff in this COVID right now.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna send them some pizzas down there. I'm gonna get them some tacos. You know,
Yeah.
let them remember that I take care of them.
and I
You
think
gotta
that's
remember, it
go
has
ahead.
to be genuine.
Yeah, it's
You
all
can't-
genuine.
You can't do it
I don't
and
think there's
expect
any
it to come
benefit
back.
to me doing that with
You
anybody.
gotta have it.
Yeah.
You don't want to have people.
I wish
sending
somebody would send me some
stores
pizza.
random stuff. And be
You
like,
know what I'm saying? Like,
back,
thanks
it's
for
not gonna
shopping
work.
with me.
Yeah, bro. And I think that's where the new generation is fucked up at because, you know, a lot of people got too much pride to send lunch or some, you know, I ain't finna send bro this, I'll pay that, which doesn't make sense. And then on top of that, nothing is genuine. So they're
No.
like, man, if I do this shit, bro,
I better
can you,
expect something. You better give me some.
you know, so
Right.
I think them real gems that you guys are giving that kids need to hear, and even I needed to hear. Another thing that I determined I was gonna ask this today. I done did 4 other shows, but I don't know the sneaker terminology like that. So I think you used the word silhouettes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can y'all break down? I didn't heard that. I didn't heard GRs. Like, can y'all break these terms down a little bit? Cause a lot of people in the sneaker game, bro, don't know this shit, bro. And I've been in it for a while. I don't know.
Right.
Like, I don't know, bro. So I know if I don't know, a lot of people I'm dealing with who look at me like, bro, you're a sneakerhead.
Yeah.
Lost as hell too, bro. So can y'all like break down some of the terminology of the sneakers? Cause I think it'd be like very helpful for the sneaker community.
So like silhouettes would be like you have like the dunk low as a silhouette, you got the dunk high as a silhouette. But then these silhouettes come in assorted,
Colors,
and
varieties,
variations.
materials.
you know, so you have different colorways, which is, you know, the other termination or, you know, term that people use. GRs is just like the regular general releases. But you can't be mad at somebody with GRs because GRs do pop down the line. Like these were a GR. You know what I'm
Those are
saying?
general release?
Yeah, these are a general release. Those are just
Those
regular
are on
Foot
sale.
Locker.
Yeah.
I got those were at Foot Locker when I started in '95 on clearance.
Yeah, I was just saying they're on sale.
Wow.
So those are general release. It's just
That's wild.
it wasn't possible.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So GRs cannot be frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? Jordan 1s are GRs. Jesus is a GR. You know what I'm saying? Concord is a GR. Threes are a GR. You know what I'm saying? There's so many dope GRs that you could have. Air Force 1 is GR. You know, you have different models that are more like quick strike, hyper strike, all that, which is like the limited terms of those. But
That's also the number one shoe you need to be loyal to.
The
You
GRs?
talk about loyalty and like the young kids,
Yeah.
loyalty's here. Like everybody complain about the sneaker apps and all that stuff. They base it on your sales and how much you're spending. I don't care what they say, right? So like I started spending a bunch of money on sneakers. Next thing you know, I was hitting probably about 40 to 50% of the high end releases. You know, that was a good year, expensive year, but a good year. These, you know, yeah, and they're priced right too. You know, and then they go on sale. $20 off, it's an easy steal all day. We got into that world where you got to have on some designer or some collab or something. Man, sometimes it's nice to just put on a clean pair of kicks and just rock them. That's all you need to do. You know, we got a lot of collabs and designs and stuff here and themes and all that, but you know, it's just the
that
GR.
goes into even GR. That goes back into even when you want to build that relationship.
Yeah,
with them
you can't walk into a shop
Just go
and
in
just
there for some GRs.
give me
Go in
that
there for some
rare
shoes.
dunk, you know.
You know, you can't just go in there just for the releases because just for the releases they're gonna be like you're gonna get put in that category right away.
Y'all dropping that
You know what I
knowledge
mean?
for it,
You gotta go in there even if it's just on a random day. Like I'm just gonna go random. I'm gonna go buy some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just go in there, buy some shit. It doesn't have to be like I said a quick strike. Just go in there, pick something up, talk to them. You know, build that confidence with them. You know what I mean? Then
Just
they'll
like
figure
this
it out.
pod, you can get into childhood conversations with that person.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can relate with that guy. You know, he was
Straight
doing
up.
the same thing you were doing at the same age. You know, and it just you build that relationship, you build that deal with them. You know,
I think that's deep, because even just looking at the releases that you guys have, so like when y'all usually collecting shoes, are y'all usually looking for general releases, or like what's the most standout when you trying to get a sneaker?
the main thing for me, and I think I can speak to all of us here, is just buy what you like. Regardless if it's a general release or something super limited, as long as you like that shit, just buy it. Who gives a fuck about whoever else is rocking
Straight
this,
up.
whoever's buying that,
Straight
or
up.
whoever's on Instagram flexing, whatever. Just buy what you like. And it sucks because like Kanye supposedly wore that purple court Jordan
Yeah.
1. now, if you look on like StockX, that purple court Jordan 1, that was a GR.
Aren't you wearing those? Aren't you wearing those right now?
Oh, wait.
You might want to show it on the camera. He's got the body on it. But see, there's Kanye's influence right there. I mean, he's got the Vladi on it.
Hey, I can't wear no bullshit when I got guys like this on the show. I gotta cut together. So speaking on what you just said, now let's get into some questions. What is the most you've ever paid for a sneaker?
I try to keep that shit reasonable.
Yeah.
But it's unreasonable. Most people think it's unreasonable, but I'll try to do some trade with some cash or something, but I gotta think about it for a minute. I don't know.
Like I think for me, outright was probably the DMP pack.
Yeah.
The gold Jordan 11, the 11 Concord, and it came with the 6.
The 6, right?
Yeah.
That was like 300, maybe 3.5, somewhere in there. That was like the most I spent. Like,
Retail? Okay,
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
retail.
No, I'm talking about not retail. I'm
Oh,
talking
I'm
about
trying to
something
think.
that
I bought
you
some-
wanted. What was the
Oh.
most that you like? I gotta have this shit. I'm gonna pay it. Like,
I think the last thing I could come up with off the top of my head is I paid probably like 5 or 6 for like an off-white Air Max 90.
Dooms.
Someone, yeah. The Dooms. What were the Dooms at? What I think was like five bills somewhere in there.
shit.
But that's like a grail for me.
That's
Like
a grail.
if they weren't in
Yeah.
storage, I'd
Go
have
another
them here.
word.
I'd have
Grail.
That was an assist from him on there too. See, that was
Yeah.
love. Like he could have went and snatched them up himself
Yeah.
and did whatever he wanted because we're in the same sheet. He hit me up and was like, "You get them."
You paid 500 because it was a grail. Grail means
like a
shoe,
unicorn, like
you
something you got to
unicorn shoe.
achieve.
Something like I've always wanted this in my
Yep.
collection. You
Yep.
have this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Something you can just.
Something that's
like,
not easy
like,
to come
here's a
by.
learning this shit
Like,
right now.
like Alex's Grail. Go ahead.
my uncles.
You know, those things are going for probably with the hot market honestly.
Please.
Those are probably going for like 2 stacks right now.
Shit. And a grail is anything you want a girl to be.
Yeah,
in
it
your
is.
hand.
Yeah,
It
Okay.
doesn't have to be what everybody tells you is what you think is
And
good.
that goes back to what I said previously.
Yeah.
Buy what you
What you
like.
like.
Yeah.
Let yourself be your own influence. You know what I'm saying?
It's like when
that's
we were-
kinda deep right there.
When we were out, when I was talking about them Air Max, the Tailwind 5s are coming out.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna like those.
Right.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's 20 years ago. That's me.
And you
Like,
pulled them out, and I was like, ooh, they got
Yeah,
me
like,
out the
oh
blue.
yeah,
Like,
I'm
need
getting
that
them
blue.
all. Every one of them, they're just gonna sit. I'm gonna wear them, but they're gonna, you know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna buy more than I need.
Those will hit like Ross and stuff like that. Now
Yep.
they're picking up the
Yep.
pieces. That's
It's the best way to do it.
So out of y'all sneaker collection, what would you say is the most slept on shoe? I know you guys got tons of shoes, so this question might be difficult. What is the most slept on shoe you own right now in your closet? Even if you don't have it here, what is the most slept on? This could be your opinion, this could be shoe world opinion, like
See, are you talking like just any old shoe? You
In
want,
general,
like
anything.
silhouette or what?
whatever you want to call it.
I'm gonna go with this right now. I'm gonna tell everybody who's gonna watch this. This brand is the most slept on
Slept.
brand right here.
Yeah, I agree.
Materials, box toes are the
I agree.
best. This shoe right here is fire and comfortable. 11 out of 10. All day long. And most people laugh at me. They had the best year in 2019 for collabs, releases, models, bringing out the retros, everything, and it's done nothing but carry into 2020. But you know what? This ain't cool. See, this ain't cool for young dudes.
Yeah.
You're wearing a dad shoe here,
Talk that,
per
talk.
se. But like this
Talk to him.
this shoe's from England.
Yeah.
So there's a made in USA and there's a made in England. 1500s are expensive. These go like a general release. This is probably like $170 all day
Yeah.
long. These probably go for more than that. So this is the most slept on
It is.
brand, and it's homegrown too in America. That's the other thing I love. You know, it's a great running shoe. Like dive down the New Balance catalog. You will
Clean.
not be disappointed.
Mad clean.
Yeah, materials they are not cheap. There's a reason their shoes are expensive. But which one do you think the kid's buying? Yeah, right there. They're gonna roll with that. But that's a learning phase. Again, like I said, there's levels to all that stuff. Like soon you don't need to be that. Soon your knees start hurting. You want to be that.
What's crazy is
You know?
I used to say the same thing to dudes about dunks, because I remember I used to be in the neighborhood. I used to be the dude wearing a skateboarding shoe. Because all the cats was rocking, Jordans and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but I was rocking dunks. As we were like, dude rocking skateboarding shoes, but I tell him like, dude, y'all understand? It's got some of the best collabs on it. It's got some of the best colorways on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was the only dude going to parties sometimes. Guys rocking the same J's, and some, you know what I mean? Same fits.
You in
And
your
I had
own
some
land.
dunks. I'm like, yeah, ain't nobody gonna be having these on for sure. You know what I mean?
But to piggyback off of that too, back in our day, it was separate. Like
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
everything was a different like clique.
Yeah.
You had to be not associated, but everybody was associated with something.
Right.
Nowadays you got hip hop and rock bands doing music
Right,
together.
right,
You
yeah.
got Kanye's trying to put together, which will never happen, an Adidas Nike collab. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
that
all
shit
about
never
it's all about merger nowadays. It's not about separation. So then people venture over from that circle and go, oh, what's he got on his feet? And I kind of look like a Jordan, you know, it's kind of fly.
I'd say,
you know?
That's what I thought it was at first before I learned this shit.
So, you know,
Yeah.
that's the beauty about today opposed to the 90s.
Right.
You know?
I say hip hop culture too. Hip hop culture itself, like hip hop culture was the main reason I even got like strictly into even dunks because I used to hang out with the b-boys, the graffiti writers, you know what I'm saying, the
Hell
MCs,
yeah.
the DJs and stuff like that. And a lot of them skateboard. A lot
Yeah.
of them skateboarders.
A
You know
lot
what
of
I'm saying?
people skateboard,
So I used to
bro.
be like, man, them dunks are cold. Like, what the heck are those? You know what I'm saying? And they used to be like, hey, no, these are skateboarding shoes. Like, I don't care. I want them. Them things are clean. Like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the colorways was always crazy to me. So that was like kind of like my way of like drifting from Jordans and other stuff. I started drifting more into dunks because I was hanging out more. That was more my culture scene. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop culture scene. So that's kind of what got me really deep into my like my dunk phase type of thing. You know?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, another tough question. What's the craziest shit you ever did to get a pair of shoes? Like, I be hearing people, I heard you say a few things about camping and all this. I done heard some crazy stories, bro. Like, and y'all got a lot of good shit that I know y'all had to wait in line for at one point in time. What's some of the craziest shit you did to get a sneaker?
I camped out. My first camp out was with Maddox, with Brandon. We did the BMP pack.
How long did y'all camp out?
The night before. We was number 1, 2, and 3 in line.
Shit.
We was number 1, 2, and 3, and it was crazy because that was down at Mayfair. And then all of a sudden, people started showing up, so we had to go across the street because security kicked us off, and we had like a piece of paper. Everybody else was lining up. We just started keeping track, and then we gave it to the security guy, and they just followed suit, and then everybody else just fell back behind that. That came later.
Wow.
But yeah, we was number 1, 2, and 3 in line, dude. It was
How many
crazy.
hours y'all stay out there?
It was, we closed the mall, and then it opened up at, 10 the next day, so at least 12 hours.
Shit.
Yeah, I've done a couple 12,
it cold?
14 hours.
No, actually, it was super nice, dog.
Yeah,
It wasn't
that's
like shorts
rare.
and shit,
So what you do? Y'all just talk shit the whole
yeah,
time?
just talking,
Yeah.
chopping it up, meeting new people that was lining up, people coming up from Chicago and everything. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, you get to know somebody in the line for
Yeah.
after 12 hours.
Shit.
You know.
What about you
Yeah,
guys?
it's pretty much the same thing, man. I don't get too stupid with it, but yes, but I always stood out in the cold. I never got lucky in the
Oh,
summer.
yeah,
Right?
that was the
It
first
was
one I
always
did.
cold. You're always
Like,
freezing.
cold as a bitch.
Yeah, taking rotations in the car to warm up and all that stuff with the heat. Take a nap, you know. But that's about it. I never do nothing too stupid. I got too much pride.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, honestly, it'd be more just standing out late. You know what I mean? I didn't go above and beyond. If I can't get him, man, I'm just gonna leave it at is. Like I'll probably catch him on the rebound, type of thing. But I never really went an extreme level. Like I gotta have him. I gotta, you know what I mean? Like, no.
You guys into basketball?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Balled with this guy like my whole entire
Sneakers. If
Oh.
you got, I know Jordan was like in the 90s, Jordan was that dude with the sneaker shit. If you go on sneakers right now, like, who you going NBA?
Wait, say it again. What-
Like, like if
Like
from what you
today's
pay attention
NBA?
in today's NBA, from what you pay attention to, like, who got that shit to you? Like,
be quite honest with you, most of them wear this shit.
Yeah, everybody's wearing
True.
Kobe's.
Basketball, yeah, it makes sense. You know what I mean? But like basketball, Nike basketball, Adidas basketball is garbage.
It's
And Nike is
It's
bad,
hell.
but it's not bad. Like I fuck with some Kyrie's. He's probably got the best model line out there right now. I fuck with my hometown. I fuck with Giannis. I got every Giannis that's came out since the 1 into the 2.
shit,
Everybody's gonna sleep on that.
they are.
Okay, let that man win a ring. Everybody gonna want that shoe. When you jump over somebody again, everybody gonna want that shoe.
Yeah.
So, but that's pretty much about it. I
Yeah, I
don't
was
really.
gonna say-
I mean, everybody's wearing Kobe. I mean, PJ Tucker is the biggest dude. He's a sneaker like agent. You know, he's just putting out whatever he wants going to work. You know, so
Yeah, I would follow what he said.
Yeah.
Giannis and Kyrie probably got the top ball shoes,
Yeah.
like best bang for their buck as far as
oh
like
that too, yeah.
Affordability, I like that because you could have
LeBrons are
you could
garbage.
have
Just
all
saying.
different kids. Like it's affordable. You know what I'm saying? I like that they did that. So
So I think we got game 6 tonight. We got game 6 tonight. Miami, LA. Who y'all taking?
I want Miami, hometown hero.
Yeah. Oh man.
Hometown hero, Miami.
Underdogs.
Miami. Is it just because of hero and underdogs, or
Nah,
what is it?
I'm not.
No, I'm not a
Laker
Lakers fan, and I'm
Thank
definitely not. I'm definitely not a
Well,
Lakers.
you like the Spurs, so I know you
Me and him are in the same boat with that. I mean, he wear way more than I do, but we're in the same boat. Like, I love the Spurs. I love their dynasty run, their 20-year run. But like, LeBron he ain't nothing to me. He's fucking 3 and what? 3 and
I'd rather see
6,
Hero
3
get-
and
get a ring.
6.
I wanna see
Like,
Hero get
and
down.
then
Hero been cooking shit too, though.
White boy get down.
who's that?
Hero.
Hero, he been cooking
Hey.
shit.
Oh yeah, Duncan Robinson's got on there. Jimmy Butler seems to finally found a home. You know? So
Yeah, this
That's
shit
what
was
I'm
nice, man. So now we're at the most important part of the show. We're at the part where you guys discuss with us the top 5 sneakers that you brought onto the show and what these sneakers mean to you. So it's open. It's a lot of heat on here. It's a lot of great fucking shoes on this table. So I don't even know where to start, where to pick. I'm gonna leave that open to you guys. But yeah, let's if you can.
no real rhyme or reason. If you from Milwaukee, it ain't got nothing to do with the colorway. It's the silhouette. It's an Air Force One, high, low, uptown, dookie, whatever you want to call it. This is a staple in Milwaukee, at least from my childhood. Back when I was wearing these, they were 55, 60 bucks. They're like a buck 30 now or something like that. This is it. If you're from Milwaukee, you wear these. I don't know why, but this is what it is. And it's just a clean colorway.
Yep.
Also, it's from the Chicago All-Star Weekend. Again, something that's going to get slipped on.
Shit.
It's got the 3M built into the back for, just reflection and stuff. They did 2 colorways. I got rid of the other colorway, though. I don't remember what that was. I think it was an all gray or something like that. Again, I already spoke on this. Most underrated shoe line in America, right here. Materials. I'll let you put this on your foot. I'll let you get excited. So, 1,500. The slanted end. I mean, just exactly. I got dude only wears SBs. I got him to buy a pair of New Balance because that's how hard I will push this product. This I remember. I remember sitting at home watching the commercial. You remember the commercial? Jordan dropped 45 in wingtips, and this was the wingtip. Like I almost had my wife talked into letting me marry her in these. It was this close. It was this close to letting that happen. But I had to find a pair too. That was the only thing. And that was when like eBay was the only thing, and you were like, man, I don't know, man. Does that Jumpman look good? I don't know. It looked kind of shitty. But yeah, and I mean, how can you go wrong?
Right.
I mean, you can wear this to a wedding, a funeral, a marriage. I mean, it don't matter. It's a beautiful shoe.
Fire.
This is where I think shoes got creative, and I brought 2 of them. I brought the white and the black. Lance Mount, Air Jordan 1, Nike SB collab. So like you were talking about, So like you were talking about earlier. So Lance Mount wore Jordan 1s because there was no real skate shoe for them. Correct. So, but now with everything merging and saying, hey, let's make money together, come over here, they put it all together. And then from Lance Mount used to write on his shoes, so that's when he put this paint that he designed to put this paint on the cover to rub away as you scrape your kicks doing your tricks and all that stuff. Yeah. So I just kind of fucked around and did my own little design, but this is what the black pair look like. Still haven't worn these. But this is when, to me, concepts changed. This is when they started, like my thermal SB joints. Like that's when all that stuff started to come into play in my eyes. That's when it all started to change, was with these shoes. And it hasn't stopped, and in my opinion, it's only made shoes better. That's why I brought these plus silhouette, plus brands. And this, I mean, it's just, I think it's just, it's iconic. Yeah. I mean, this might be arguably the greatest Jordan of all time, right here. The Black Cement 3, right here. I just need an Nike Air on the back. You don't need to say more about this shoe. It speaks for itself. So, that's pretty much about it for me. That's it. I mean, there's a lot of heat over there. Like, this isn't necessarily like heat, like he said, there's a lot of general release shit over here. I was more thinking about silhouettes and ties of memory to me. Like I could go into the Space Jam. I had my mom drop me off at Southridge for the Space Jam when it first came out. I thought there was going to be a line. It was only me and my guy Tyrone. That was it. Wow. And at Foot Action, the guy showed up. He's like, "You here for the Space Jams?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Let me open up real quick." He opened the store up early for me. I bought 3 pairs.
Shit.
You can't even do that nowadays. I bought 3 pairs of the first original Space Jams. So it's just this silhouette alone just has memories to it.
And that's why I like having the OGs on the show though, because when I say bring your top 5, it don't mean shit. The Chunky Dunk, these came out. These the top. These the top. No, it's not about price. It's what's your top 5 because you want to learn. I think through the sneakers that people bring on the show, you get to learn who the fuck they are, and you get to learn more about them. So like me hearing y'all talking, then looking at y'all sneakers and shit, I'm like, oh shit. Like,
so see, like Alex, healing like Nike SB.
The SB
so that's all you're gonna get, but you're gonna get his 5 favorite. You're right now of his rotation.
Let's get the SB King himself.
He's the king. Him and Kurt SB. Check him out on Instagram too. That boy does too. Kurt SB.
Yeah, Kurt SB. Shout out to him.
Them 2 are in some steep competition. The way he got you edged out is he be lacing his kids up too.
Yeah, he sure does. I can't wait to get my son some nice ones, dude. But these are the Dunks, the Skunks. skunks. So they have like the skunks on the inside. You got the cool little pouch in them. You can hide, your little weed stash, whatever. So this was something like this came out to me, man, because I was like when I was in my smoking days, I used to smoke, I used to get high and stuff like that. I was like every 420. I gotta have these on. These are legit the 420 shoe.
Yeah.
If you think about a 420 shoe, these are skulls. They got the little hairs on them too, like just like it would on weed and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The bottom of them too.
Shoe I passed on at MSX.
Yeah,
It look like some gas, bro.
dude, purple. Nope, that's that purple man right there.
That
So
shit cold.
that's one of my
Materials
top
alone are
stuff.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. The way they handled these back then too was just amazing, man. They did their thing with these 08s, and then the Paid in Fools. One of my favorite movies. I definitely had to get these, so they had that same Gucci type of tone to them. You know what I mean? The Gucci colors, you know what I mean? These are actually scrapes because they did get like the authority from Gucci. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think these are pretty rare to me. I love these. I love how they look. I love how they brace the necks. You know, they do come with this cool little rope chain too. I don't know. I can't find that anywhere. Another 420 shoe, the Dog Walkers. Just the shoe itself, like
yeah, I had those.
Like, come on, man. These are just, you know what I mean? The head turners. You know what I mean? The beauties, though. Like another one that got the cool little pouch in the inside too. You can hide whatever your little stash. And then these are like another grail that I was so glad I picked up on. I actually doubled up on these, the De La Souls. Like these were when I got into like dunks and I couldn't afford them. These are one of them. I was like, dude, I want to have these. I gotta have these. So it wasn't until I got older where I could afford the resale and stuff like that. But these are definitely.
The lows are on the rise too.
Yeah, the lows too.
I got the lows. The lows
but
are
these
on the rise price wise.
just the material on them, the way they took their time fixing these, making these right. Like these are beauties. And then my favorite 20 dunk is definitely the Strange Loves, man. They just like pearls. They look beautiful, man. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Like a Valentine. Look like a Valentine. You said your girlfriend in like fifth grade.
Yep. You're definitely right. Like Valentine card and stuff like that. It's just I just wear them whenever. But yeah, man, that's my top 5.
I like those, bro. The bottom ones. And did you say De La Soul?
Yeah.
De La
Them shits
Soul.
reminded me of like a Ninja Turtle, bro.
Yeah.
I was like,
So no, mind you,
bro.
every time I step out, it's like, oh, those Ninja Turtles. I'm like, yeah, Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want to sit there and explain to them exactly what it is. So either I get a Ninja Turtle with these two, like, oh, those Ninja Turtles. I was like, yeah, these are Ninja Turtles.
Michelangelo.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? But yeah, man, the head turners, man. And I love shoes that turn heads. I love going, like he said, like going to the mall and dudes like, man, what the heck are those on your feet? That's me. I love those. Love that about my shoes.
Little quick one before Michael. The funny thing with that is though, is I remember one time I was at the outlet with my brother-in-law, and I had on Olive 5s, and I had 2 young kids behind me, and they're like, "Yeah, man, they were dope." Like you hear that in the ear, you get a little smile. Look, I'm smiling right now. You know? They're like, "Too bad they fake." Do your homework.
right.
Do your homework.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it was like I didn't want to stop and have to explain that.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't need to do that. So I didn't get that out of the way.
We
Yeah.
know.
And that's fine. But the general you ain't around.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Spurs fan.
these right here, I talked about these Air
Fire.
Trainer SCs, like classic. This was a staple in my childhood. This one and the Air Check Challenge, the Andre Agassi joints. I was gonna bring that one, but only limited.
Those are Barclays too?
No, these are Bo Jacksons.
Bo Jackson,
They're
okay.
cross training shoes. So there's
Yeah,
like
I gotta
Bo
get my
Jackson was the one.
That shoe was originally designed for Bo Jackson
Yeah.
because he played multiple sports and they wanted to
and
build
that
a
has
hybrid.
the 34 on the back.
That shit
Wow.
fire.
I have Bo Jackson's Broken Bats. It's a beautiful shoe.
Damn.
And then this one is a Nike ID, Kobe 6. Kobe 6 is my favorite Kobe model. I'm a Kobe fan, but hate the Lakers. I respect dude. He was the closest thing to MJ that we had. But these are dope. Is this one was designed by my firstborn, Anthony. So from here it says from Ant, and then the other one says for Dad on it. So this is back with the whole Linsanity thing that's popping off with the Knicks. So he was a Jeremy Lin fan, so he had the blue and the orange. My favorite number is 5, so
Man was tearing shit up around that time.
yes, he was. So that's where that one comes from. This was a Sky High purchase. Pushhead SB. This is just an amazing dunk. Just amazing. Between this, the box over there is super fire. I could show that later. But this clean, just like an art piece
Yes.
defined right here for a shoe.
Oh, it's a beautiful shoe.
Yes.
right there.
I want them.
And then,
Don't seem too interested.
right? And then this is the Kobe 9. There's another ID I made. Spurs colors.
Nice.
Kid's fire.
On the inside it says Spurs fan. But the thing that's cool with this is I actually won the Soul Collector thing. So everybody posted like their IDs for like basketball themed. And this one won #1 in 2015.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
So
That's what's up.
So that's cool.
Wow.
This one was on there, and then these LeBrons I had were like in the top 50 as well. So I had 2 that placed on there, which is kind of
That's
dope.
cool.
Dope as shit.
One of the first releases at a House of Hoops. 25 pair of these made. Iceman, Blazers,
Wow.
George Gervin. All 3M. When you take a picture, this thing lights up crazy. It's supposed to
Yes.
resemble like how he would light up the scoreboard because he like scored like 30 points in a quarter. He had the record before Steph broke it or Clay broke it. But yeah, 25 of those in the world. I got a couple of those, and then 94 Jordan 1s, Chicago's, just aged to perfection, like yellowed and everything, but she was still amazing.
Found that wine.
You know, just
Super fine. That was originally white, and just over time, right?
yeah, it just yellowed out.
Yeah,
So
bro, that shit so
that's what
fire to me
happens.
now, bro.
Well, that's the thing. It's becoming a thing now
Yeah.
too.
that shit fire to me,
Eight
bro.
shoes are away.
Perfect example.
I mean, the ones that
those
got-
off-white 5s.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Jordan 5.
Yeah.
You look at the bottom, it's yellow. Like everybody wants is going that way.
Yep.
So this is natural. Jordan Brand actually brought out the KOs a
Yeah.
few years back, and they had the yellow midsole with the white like chalky sole of it to make it look vintage. They didn't do well.
Who's that biker?
They're coming out again. The
Yeah,
KOs.
the KOs.
What do you mean?
That biker that had he had a Jordan 1 that came out.
Oh,
He had white.
Oh,
Nigel
Nigel.
Sylvester.
He has that
Yeah.
same type.
Yeah, his are yellowed out too.
Yeah.
I heard that yellow rub off though. I don't know. I don't know him. I wish I did. So.
Man, you guys have that shit. That's like my quote. You guys definitely have that shit. It's amazing just have this time to talk with y'all and learn more. Cause like even though I've been around y'all, shout out Cream City Commission. Got some dope shit on the way.
Yeah.
Even though I've been around you guys for like the last month and some change, like, bro, I still didn't know half the shit I just learned today. So I'm walking away from this episode like, damn. Okay, when season 2 picks up, I know what's going on. So I appreciate you guys, and as I get more into this shit, bro, I would love for y'all to come help me out whenever y'all are free. If 1 or 2 want to come through and we get some people on this shit, bro, it'd be dope to grow
I got a
this.
whole nother bunch of kicks I can bring out.
Yeah, like
This
we
was
do
just
round
like-
2, you know,
Hell yeah.
I'm down for that. You know, I appreciate I know we
Yeah.
all do giving us this platform to
Yeah.
help you out too.
Awesome,
Yeah,
bro.
Thanks for having us.
I'm just trying to figure out a different way where we can, you know, we can talk about shoes and shit, but we can form brotherhoods also and shit. Dope thing about JB, Midwest Ballers, he films all the basketball leagues. So all the kids and shit that we need to pull up on December 12th, we're going to get you that information, JB.
Yes.
But listen, we need everybody out there. Man, gratitude is my attitude. You fellas definitely came with that shit again. And I just appreciate being a young one in the group, running with the squad. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure y'all all tap in. We got Brew, 414. We got Alex, ALEKS, 414. And then we got Spurs Fan, 414. Make sure y'all tap in with them, man. These ain't just my guys, they my brothers. We became family over a short period of time. And overall, I'm just super happy to have y'all here. Thanks for rocking this shit out with me, fellas.
Yes.
Thanks
Top
for having
5.
us.
Thank you.
Rockin' fly kicks, rockin' fly kicks, rockin' roll. Rockin' fly kicks, rockin' fly kicks, rockin' roll. Coming out, coming out, coming out.
It's nice.